Hi there again, everybody. It's Tracy with Hot Mama Outdoors. I want to talk to you today a little bit about planting food plots. I pretty much showed you guys, well, the layout of my plot in the first video. If you guys didn't watch it and you want to check it out, it's not a huge plot. It's not even an acre. Well, the place we hunt's way more than an acre. It's a lot. But where we choose to hunt and plant isn't. It's a very high traffic area. We've cleared maybe a half an acre. It's mostly, I'd say, a kill plot in the middle of the woods. So I've been seeing a lot of people asking some of the best times or what to plant and the best way to go about it. They have small land. They don't have the equipment to till. You know, various problems that people run into with planting plots. Personally, I don't plant a big plot. I don't put a lot of money into it. Time, yes, but I don't till. I don't go through all of that. We did clear some this year because we have a lot of treetops and it does shade, but we got good sun last year on our 2 micro plots and they are coming back up this year, so that's good. They pretty well ate the clover out of them already, but we'll throw more of that into it this year, and we didn't till for those at all. I do prep the soil. Throughout the year, I keep coffee grounds. So anytime we use coffee, I set the grounds on a tray or a plate or whatever with paper towels on it, and I let them dry back out. Once they're finally dry, so they don't mold, I keep them in a coffee can until I'm ready to use them. But I also save our eggshells. You'll see this right here. That is coffee grounds and ground eggshells. You wash your eggshells, you dry them properly, and then you bake them. You can look up how to bake your eggshells on Google. I think that's where I found it. You bake them, you grind them in the food processor, then you mix them in with your coffee grounds. You can also dry out banana peels. I don't dry them in the oven, I just let them sit out to dry. Or you can put them in the dehydrator if you want it done faster, and you can also process them in the food processor and mix them in. It makes for a great compost. I put my seeds down, and then I sprinkle this pretty evenly across the top of it with a seed spreader. Honestly, it makes stuff grow like magic. So I think that's why we got such a success out of just throwing that out with our seeds last year. So you want to prep your plot. You want to clear away any leaves. If you're doing it in the middle of the woods, you have to make sure you have decent sunlight. So if you have a few trees overhanging your spot that you want to put your plot, try to either top the trees out or take them down completely. I'm not saying completely clear the land by any means. I do like having trees in the middle of our plot. I have a big tree in the middle of our plot that has an overhanging branch that I put my scrape dripper on, and they actively use it. I saw some amazing tracks in there this last year, one the size of my hand, and I do not have little hands. So try to keep a tree, even if it's a little tree, in there that they can use for a scrape, because they will use it right there. They'll use it as a community scrape to see who all's coming in and out of there. I advise hanging a dripper from it and a game cam, because you're going to get some great shots. Okay, now let's talk about what we're going to plant this year. I have just some regular grass seed in this container. Yes, it's a creamer container. I'm very redneck, I don't care. So regular grass seed, it's a mixture of shaded grass seed and I can't remember what else. I think regular, just plain old grass seed. So one's good for shade and one's good for pretty much anything. I want to keep that out there because it'll grow year round. This year we are going with Throw and Grow. This is no-till forage. Pretty easy, like it says, Throw and Grow. This one has got ryegrass, forage clovers, and brassica, which they definitely go crazy over. Ours were coming in there pretty heavily last year for the clover alone. I buy some extra clover seed on the side because they do eat it up pretty quickly. I will throw that just randomly in spots I've cleared just for extra clover. So this has got two different kinds of ryegrass, super clover and the brassica. And you definitely want to look for something that's Throw and Grow unless you want to go through a lot of tilling and processing. And, you know, I'm not even burning the leaves off of my plot. Honestly, I took my backpack leaf blower out there and I just blew them all down the ravine. I've still got a lot to clear off, but we're going to wait till after spring turkey season because I don't want a big ruckus because I've got some big birds. Okay, and with that, we're going to mix in this No Sweat, No-Till plot mix. This is the first year I will be giving this one a try, but it's by Antler King, and honestly, I really like their products. So, couldn't hurt. What is in this one? This one has oats, ryegrass, canola, fastolium, and clover. It's Louisiana clover. So, that'll really give them a good variety of what they can come in there and eat. So they'll have regular grass, and then they'll have all this stuff that they can come in there and snack on. And I do hinge cut some trees out at my place, so they will have the spring buds that they can chew out of the treetops. That is actually pretty important for them to eat. The woody bits, young buds off of trees and such, and they really do. They clean them out pretty well a week after you drop them. So drop a few, make some bedding areas, and you'll have them in and out of there like crazy. Now, you want to keep them out of there right after you've planted, or the turkeys will come in there and eat your seeds to death. So you want to keep turkeys and other pesky birds out of there, and also the deer while your stuff is growing. So you can fence around it if you choose. I'm not sure we'll be doing any fencing this year, but we are going to keep something in there that makes noise. So this is where pie pans come in, just regular tin pie pans, and I'm going to be putting out 4, possibly 6. We'll see when it comes time. The wind will blow it around. Just take some twine, tie them to a stick or like a tomato post. The wind will blow them around and they'll make a good amount of noise. So nothing's going to want to come in there and mess with your stuff. Even if you just put a couple lines of twine around your place, you know, and then the pie pans, try to keep them out the best you can. I am even going to put some owl decoys in there to try to discourage smaller birds and rabbits and stuff like that. Which those actually do work pretty good also. I may even put in a scarecrow, but we'll see. So pretty much clear your all your underbrush, all your leaves, get everything out of there that you can. Make sure you have adequate sunlight. Then you throw your seeds down, put your compost on top of it, just lightly. I never really bury mine. But before I put my seeds down, I do take a garden rake and just rake up the soil a little bit, you know, get it kind of loose where the seeds can sink in a little bit once you get your good first rain after that. And then it's pretty good to go from there. If your plot does not have a water source, I suggest putting one in unless you have water close by, whether it's on your land or another. But I'm putting in a water source this year. I just have an old trough tub. We're going to, I think, cut maybe 8 inches off of it, and then bury it. And I'll get into that as we start preparing the plot and show you guys how we're going to do it. And we put in a salt and mineral lick. I just use the ground cattle mineral, and I think it's half uniodized salt and half iodized salt. And you just pretty much, you can either dig a hole for it, or you can rake out a pretty big spot, rake up the soil, get it really loose, and then rake it into the soil and spread it out evenly. If you're going to have a mineral plot, though, you want to have, or a mineral lick, sorry, you definitely want to have water there. They process the mineral better if you've got water readily available. And I think that's pretty much it for now. But just get your plot set up and pick a good spot to slap a blind or a tree stand. You'll be ready to go. And I will keep you guys posted on how the plot's coming along as we get out there and work at it. But I mean, that'll be a couple weeks. Spring turkey season is upon us. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll keep you posted.